So I bought another Dyson fan, and this is my third one, all my own, no freebies. Anyway, I really love the two that I already have, but with this one I wanted to dip into the flagship Dyson experience and get their smart purifying fan. So we had another hot few weeks in the UK recently, and as usual, Dyson fan stock pretty much ran out. But luckily I found this one as a refurbished one on their website, and they also have refurbs available on their eBay store. So if the price or availability is a concern for you, then those are good avenues if you want one. Unfortunately, it means it's an outgoing model, and the current model apparently is 20% quieter than this one. So that does sound like it could be really, really amazing, because this is definitely quite quiet. So unlike the Pure Cool Me, this one is marketed with the ability to purify a whole room, so I figured this would be a good type to add to my collection. Now, coming from the Pure Cool Me, which doesn't have any smart features, this really does feel like a significant jump up in terms of what you get. As a refurb, it only cost me £50 more than the Pure Cool Me, so the jump up seems like a great deal. What really took me by surprise is how sensitive and detailed the air quality sensors are, and just how polished the user experience is. And I don't say that lightly, it's really something. The on-screen readout and data available in the Dyson Link app is also really impressive. It basically displays levels for 4 different kinds of pollution in the air, but not only that, it tracks those levels over time, even when the fan isn't actually running. So even when the thing isn't on, you're getting real value out of this thing. And it's actually fascinating to see this kind of data for your living room. It's especially interesting if you've got hay fever sufferers in the house. Of course, it gets really fun when you hit the auto button and you can see those numbers dropping as the particles are actually taken out of the room. So here's a funny story. The first evening we had a glass of wine with dinner, and I noticed the air quality graph go up into the yellow area. I was a bit confused by what could cause it, so I cycled through the different displays and saw it was the VOC, volatile organic compounds, that was high. So I thought I'd try holding the glass of wine near the fan to see if it was that, and sure enough, the lab flask went red immediately. The fact it can detect an open bottle of wine in the same room and then detect the glass right next to it as a serious problem is all pretty amazing to me. Another interesting thing that happens is an occasional NO2 spike, nitrogen dioxide. These can usually be put down to when an old diesel car or van drives past. Auto mode does a lot of really interesting things and deserves some special attention. Firstly, once the air quality goes to really good, the fan actually goes into a below 1 kind of level, and it's still blowing the very faintest of airflows, but if you manually set level 1, that's much more powerful than this mode. The other interesting thing that happens is if you have oscillation turned on with auto mode, it actually stops oscillating when it goes into this super low mode when the air quality gets sufficiently good. But crucially, it doesn't just stop anywhere, it takes itself back to its central position, which amazingly you can set up in the app. So this is great if for whatever reason you want the wire to come out of the back of the machine from the side of the oscillation central point. This kind of attention to detail doesn't go unnoticed. It's very cool stuff. One small gripe here though is that if you turn the oscillation off on the remote and then back on again, it forgets your custom home position and you have to enable it again in the app for it to use that position. So let's do a sound test and an airflow test. And I've always been interested in how the amplifier design can actually improve the smoothness of the airflow compared to normal fans. And I tried to demonstrate this with my paper test in my Pure Cool Me review. So I'll compare it to the other ones I have and a normal fan just so that you can get an idea of noise, power and smoothness. I'll do a test with a fixed mic as a way to compare the noise levels between them, but I'll also do a binaural recording, which is where I record with stereo microphones in my ears and I'll walk around the fan. So this should give you a really good idea of the way the fans actually sound in a room in 3D, but you'll need to wear headphones to get the best experience there. So let's look at the filters. There are two separate filters and their usage is tracked individually, so they can be replaced at an appropriate time according to how much they've actually done. And this again is presented with unbelievable polish in the user experience. The filters are huge and actually have a really high quality feel to them. I'm certain the markup on these things is still massive, but they do at least feel very high quality. This fan at its refurbished price actually seems like pretty good value. It's easy to dismiss Dyson products as just being expensive versions of normal things, but I do think you actually get good value for money. You're getting great design, the benefit of the amplifier designed to deliver smooth airflow and good acoustics, amazing purification, detection with auto mode and the amazing user experience, and the ability to purify with and without the fan, and smart connectivity. I don't think anyone else is actually even trying to compete with that feature set, let alone achieving it. So let me know below if you like Dyson fans as much as I do, or if you have any questions. Also do consider subscribing for more analytical videos on design, usability and workflow. So thanks for watching, and I do hope you enjoy the rest of your day.